The property that you alluded to, Mar-a-Lago, potentially that could be something that could be sold quickly. I think the valuation is something in the hundreds of millions, and I think there could be a buyer for something like that. So I think that would be the best case scenario as to property. If he's trying to sell quickly, I would encourage that.
So, all right, now that's 240 million estimated. I mean, who knows? You know, he's a desperate seller. In this case, someone picks up the phone and makes that call this week. So I don't know what it'd be. That's still half of what it would be.
It is crunch time for Trump, with time running out on Monday to pay the $464 million levied against him. He could find himself unburdened by one of his most prized properties after Mar-a-Lago if he continues to be unable to make bond. Should he be unable, New York's Attorney General Letitia James is fully ready to seize what the state is owed. Documents show that the New York Attorney General Letitia James has started preparing to seize his family's hallowed grounds at Seven Springs, the billionaire tycoon's Bruce Wayne-like mansion nestled on 212 acres of dense woods and rolling hills. James quietly filed judgments in Westchester County on March 6th against the former president, his eldest sons Don Jr. and Eric, and several of their companies, just as they unsuccessfully tried to stall the case.
Before we continue with the story, we depend on members to keep on going. Don't wait, click join now on YouTube.
Two employees at the clerk's office explained that the move effectively means that the AG has placed liens on any and all properties that belong to Trump, Don Jr., Eric, and the Trump Organization, and two of their other listed corporate entities. The blanket lien now in place means that if Trump tried to sell any property in Westchester County, a title search will reveal that there is a $500 million judgment hanging over his head. Trump has one important property in that area, Trump National Westchester in Seven Springs, which sits on 212 acres. Seven Springs was just one of several real estate ventures that factored into the AG's bank fraud case against the former president. For years, Trump failed in his attempts to develop the property into a luxury golf course and slice up the land into expensive mansions for sale. In the end, Trump opted to donate much of the land to conservation, but investigators said he snagged an unfairly large charitable tax write-off by overestimating the value of the land. That just seems so out of character for Trump. I mean, what do you think, Brett? Is he going to lose his property? Are you happy he's losing it? Do you think there's any risk politically if he loses these properties? What do you make of this story?
That's so much to owe tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, that's so much to owe tomorrow. But he's this billionaire and that's his brand. He has to, it's an installment, right? Doesn't he owe an installment of it? Like, you can't be like, hey, give me $500 million tomorrow. But there's a part of me that I can't deny feels a little bad for them. Because it's like, they're gonna take Seven Springs. I love the idea of a mansion that's nestled in 212 acres. Like, what does that even mean? Like, you can't, how do you nestle a mansion? But like, the guy committed fraud. You know, he defrauded the taxpayers like us. So we have to pay the money we owe to the government. If you are found liable of some tax cheating, then you face jail time and huge fines, which you have to pay, or you have to suffer the consequences. If you miss a car payment, they're gonna take the car back. Like, the repo man has come to reap what Trump himself has sown. This went through the legal process. You can't say necessarily as freely as a lot of people on Fox are saying, like, they're just coming after Trump. They went through the process. He thought he was immune to stuff like this and he wasn't. So like, if you gotta sell Seven Springs, you gotta sell Seven Springs. Like, your chickens came home to roost, man, I'm sorry.
In 2015, 2016, I miscalculated my taxes and the IRS sent me a letter like, hey, you owe a couple $100. And they sent me like repeated letters, like even down to the smallest amount. You got to pay what you owe. But this guy thinks that he can get out of it. He's going to try cooking the books, but it is enjoyable to watch someone finally who's wealthy and cheated the system get their comeuppance.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.